know that saying, charity starts at home?
Well, so does kindness.
Mic drop.
Wow, that was a very deep saying. And you know, this is a story about being kind and self-compassionate to yourself. And that's why Green Bear said that kindness starts at home. And this is a really interesting book for Storyteller because this is something that even grown-ups like Storyteller have to work on as well, just like little kids.
Oh, Storyteller?
Oh, hey, I didn't think you were coming back, Doug.
Well, I heard you say that you have to also practice self-compassion, but why?
Oh, because sometimes I get mad at myself.
But why?
Well, maybe I didn't read the book perfectly. Maybe the book was sideways a little bit, or I messed up a word, you know, and then I get mad because I want it to be perfect for you and for the kids. So I have to remember that, you know, I have to be kind to myself and that nobody's perfect.
But I think you're perfect.
Oh, he's hugging me right now. Oh, Doug, you are the best.
No, you are the best. And you should always be kind to yourself and you too, kid, because you are the best. It makes me sad to think that you would not be kind to yourself.
Oh, well, it makes me sad when I think that somebody's not kind to themselves either. So that's why we have to practice what we preach. So we are listening with my heart. La 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 la. Ready? Here we go. Esperanza's tummy fluttered. Flutter, 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 as she practiced her lines on the porch. Today was a class play. Oh, it's the day of the show, y'all. Waiting for Mama to walk with her to school, she paced back and forth when she spotted, ding, a heart-shaped rock. Oh, that's so cool. Total collectible. Esperanza picked it up, good girl, and showed it to Mama as soon as she stepped outside. I see you found a little treasure, said Mama. Esperanza rubbed its rough surface and felt a twinkle of joy. Maybe it's a sign. For what? She thought about the class play later that afternoon, wondering what it would finally be like to be in the spotlight. A sign to put my heart into everything I do, she answered. Oh, good. She is thinking, using that little noggin. That's right. That's how we do. At that moment, they heard scratching and a soft cry. Esperanza peeked under the stairs and spotted, oh, little kitty, shaking and shivering, no Mama in sight. She scooped the kitten onto her lap and cuddled her. She's all alone. I think she's hungry. Esperanza reached for her lunch bag, pinched off a piece of chicken, and offered it to the kitty, who glug, 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 glug. You know Kitty gobbled that up. Mama, I think the rock is a reminder to spread kindness and love. That's what we do when we listen with our hearts. I think you're onto something, said Mama. Can we keep Cleopatra, please? Asked Esperanza, who had already named the kitty. How brilliant is that name, Cleopatra? Ah! Well, queens are always welcome at our house, said Mama. If she's still here after school, we'll take her in. Oh, this mom is so awesome! At school, Esperanza was more focused on the play than on math or reading because, it's the day of the show. Clutching her script during recess, she noticed Bao sitting alone on a bench. Now, he was new in school this week and he didn't speak much English, and she wondered if maybe he felt lonely or scared. So Esperanza found a soccer ball and kicked it over to him. Hey, right? Playing ball, that's an international sport, no language required. So sure enough, a big smile spread across Bao's face. He stood, popped the ball in the air, then bounced it between his knees and his head a few times. Dude's got moves, thought Esperanza. And they spent recess giggling and making up hand signals. See? Communication is possible. You just have to try. Afterwards, Esperanza borrowed Miss Owen's English-Vietnamese dictionary. Oh, is that where he's from? She wrote, friend, in Vietnamese, drew a picture of Bao and her, then put it on his desk. Oh, how awesome is that? Esperanza rubbed the rock in her pocket, listening with her heart. made her feel peaceful inside. And I know 100% that it would do the same for you. Because you can't spread love and kindness without getting it all over yourself. Finally, it was time for the performance. It was too late for Bao to be in the play, but he stood in Ms. Owen's side as a stagehand. Oh, that's totally cool. Excitement bubbled as Esperanza waited for her cue. Oh, let's see, we've got a bear, we've got a dancing fox of some kind, and she seems to be some kind of a ladybug, and we've got a fox. Ooh, I like the fox costume. Oh, big day, nice rainbow background. Oh, no. Oh, no. Esperanza walked on stage, tripped as she was about to say her first line, and splattered across the stage. Disaster. When she got up, it got worse. She forgot her lines, so Ms. Owen whispered them to her from backstage. The heat rushed to Esperanza's body as all eyes were glued to her. And, she just wished she could disappear. Oh, don't you hate it when your face is getting all red and you know you're blushing and you're embarrassed and there's no way out because she can't run off stage? That'll look even worse. Oh, this is not how she thought it was going to go. I ruined the play, thought Esperanza, rushing off stage as soon as she'd finished her part. I'm such a dummy for forgetting my lines. I messed up in front of everyone. She tucked herself in behind some props so no one would see her. Esperanza noticed her body shaking and her face still burning. She took a deep breath and dug the rock out of her pocket. It was cracked and lopsided from the fall, just how she felt. Esperanza touched her hand to her heart and felt the disappointment. I know, we've all been there, kid. Bao found Esperanza a few minutes later and handed her a drawing with the word friend written above it. Esperanza nodded. Well, turns out she hadn't been treating herself like a friend. She was pretty hard on herself. And I know, if that's your friend, you'd forgive her, right? So she has to forgive herself. Esperanza realized this wasn't the first time she'd been unkind to herself. Oh, so she's doing a little backwards glance, a little reflection of her history. You could do that too. Oh, she realized that at the soccer game last weekend, she'd missed the ball that swooshed by her head and they lost the game. Nice work! The player from the other team laughed and yelled. Ah! Esperanza thought she'd let her team down and was the worst soccer player in the world. Thinking those thoughts, it made her feel worse. Of course, when you call yourself the worst, you're going to feel even worse. At the curtain call, Esperanza reminded herself that she hadn't ruined the play. She'd had an accident, and accidents happen to everyone. So listening with her heart wasn't just about giving kindness and love to others. It was about giving it to herself too. I can be a friend to myself, thought Esperanza. This is one of the smartest cookies I have ever read about. Oh, that's going to be a great lesson for her whole life. Well, when Esperanza got home, she focused on her favorite things. She zipped down the hill on her bike, then spent the afternoon painting at the kitchen table. She also got the hug she needed from Mama. And meow, 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 some cuddles from Cleopatra. Hey, who can be miserable with all that love? And that was the end of the story. It was so good. I wanted it to keep going. And by the way, I usually don't read this back stuff on the book because that's for you to read when you get the book so you can do the exercises and stuff. But I just want to show you this one part that I thought was really good for you or for your grown-up in case they have to practice self-compassion and kindness. So how do you listen with your heart? You take a deep breath, and this is how you can do it if you want to try it, okay? You name what you're feeling, like whatever you're feeling, what are you feeling? And it's okay, whatever you're feeling. So you got to say what that is. Then you have to listen to your body and notice the sensations you're having. Like, remember how her face was red and her heart was beating, and remember, like, notice whatever it is that you are feeling. And then you have to pay attention to your self-talk. Remember, she was saying things like, you're the worst player in the world, and you let down your family and your friends, and you're terrible. That thing, bad self-talk. As opposed to the thing where she changed and said, accidents can happen to anyone, And I'm not a terrible person. I just have to keep trying. Get up and keep trying. And that's how we practice self-compassion.
I really love this book, Storyteller. Can I hug you again?
Yes, of course you can.
Oh, I want everybody to be kind to themselves and be understanding, because even though I get nervous also.
I know you do, but you really fight hard against it.
I do. I fight really hard. And instead of being mad at myself for being shy or embarrassed sometimes or very sentimental,
I know you're very sentimental.
I just remember that I have to be kind to myself, and that helps me be kind to other people, because if everybody deserves kindness, Storyteller,
Yes, I think everybody does deserve kindness, Doug the dinosaur.
then that means you too. See you next time, kid. And remember, I love you.